Well, hello there. It's that time again. Yes, it is. As I've been saying every week for years and years and years, it is time for our weekly tarot / astrology blog here on the second day of September of 2018. We're in September already. How time flies. The night before Labor Day. And as usual, I'm going to go over some Tarot de Marseille cards, and then we're going to look at some astrology. So again, an interesting reading. Do please stay tuned. Yes, the cards I've drawn for this week are going to come on the screen in a moment and cover my face. Now it's a little bit of different formatting from here on out. I have been picking three major or trump cards from the Tarot de Marseille, and then following it up with 2 or 3 pip cards or minor arcana. What I'm doing from here on out is I'm simply going to draw 3 cards from the entire deck, which is like, I like to read that way anyhow. If you're sitting with me face to face, that's how I would read you with these cards. I work with a full deck all the time now. So we're going to go ahead and start with this. Now this week I didn't draw any pips. They just didn't come up. The 3 cards that came up for this week are Judgment, Temperance, and the Chariot. Now as we look at Judgment, we see we have an angel blowing its horn, waking up the dead, 3 people, 2 in flesh color, 1 blue, with his back to us. We have the figure of Temperance looking upon this scene and working with 2 cups. Now, if we trace her line of sight carefully, we can see that she is gazing upon the female figure, that nude female, blonde-haired, to the left. So we could say that Temperance, the figure of Temperance, the angel of Temperance, is identified not just with the trumpeter, okay, the angel of the trumpet, but also the supplicant, the one that is kneeling with her hands in her prayer position, receiving this message of judgment. So what would this tell us? Well, we could see it this way, that the message is of us or from us and to us at the same time. In other words, an inward message. This is not going to be an external message, perhaps more of an internal one, and something important for us to listen to and assimilate. Notice that the 2 nude flesh-colored figures in the Judgment card become the 2 cups in the hands of the angel of Temperance. So she is taking male and female, passive and active, blending it together. So we take that receptivity, we're open to that message, and we're also working with it to put it forth in a practical way, which we see with the Chariot. That's right. The figure in Temperance becomes the driver of the Chariot, and the 2 cups that were in her hands become the 2 horses. And those horses are ready to move. They're not going to wait around. They are ready to go. So this message that we received this week, this inward guidance, this inward motivation, if we are truly receptive to it and apply it in a practical way in our life, it's going to motivate us to move forward, perhaps in some very wonderful, exciting, and new ways. So do stay tuned to yourself, because you could get a very nice revelation this week. So let's go ahead and look at the astrology. Again, not an awful lot. We are in a waning phase of the moon, the last quarter. Okay, we're in the last quarter of the moon. A week from this day, a week from Sunday, is going to be the new moon. That'll be a whole new phase, a new time for attraction, to bring things in, something for us to look forward to. The other big event for this week, and this is important, is Saturn is going to go direct on Thursday the 6th. It's going to do that at 7:10 a.m. Eastern daylight savings time. Now Saturn going direct is going to open up some energy for us, depending on how Saturn is configured in your chart. You may have found it oppressive. You may have found like you were going backwards or reviewing old lessons. Saturn retrograde could possibly do that. But now it's going to be going direct, and so that's going to kind of make this energy of Saturn, which can manifest as restrictions and discipline, as well as higher learning. Okay, Saturn is a gateway to the higher mysteries. That's a true traditional aspect or significance of Saturn. Okay, it is a gateway to the mysteries, and Saturn will test us. But if we pass the test, Saturn rewards us very greatly. It will. Saturn will reward us greatly, for we have indeed been tested and found to be true. So this is going to be a time when things will lighten up a bit, and then when things go into the new moon, it'll be time to work with the law of attraction and to manifest new and exciting things into our lives. Well, there you go. There is your weekly tarot/astrology blog. I appreciate you watching. I really do. Until I see you next week, many, many blessings.